5 square miles. We are 64 schools. We are 40,000 students strong.
This is important. This is the largest exercise in democracy in the United States, school boards. There are more school boards and more people running for school boards than anything else, and you're part of it.
My name is MYEL Jenkins. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a parent, so I have kids like you. I have a junior at Bella Vista High School. I also have a son who's a 7th grader at Carnegie, and he's excited to be starting wrestling this year. But I share that with you because I've been active in our San Juan schools since Dominic was in kindergarten. And I was active then in the classroom and really loved being in the class when I could. Over the years, I've started to volunteer a little bit more and to volunteer on committees that affect all 64 schools and the 40,000 students here. And I started that quite a few years ago. And the more that I sat on those committees, the more I realized that I wanted to do more and wanted to serve more. And for me, that meant running for school board. And that's not something I necessarily envisioned like 5 years ago. I never grew up saying, I may run for office. But I really care about our district. And caring about our district, I want to make sure that all kids, no matter if they're at El Camino or Bella Vista or Encina or San Juan, that everyone is doing well, and that's really important to me. So a couple other things about me. I love playing soccer. Obviously, I probably haven't played in a long time now that I'm running for office. I usually coach my son August in soccer, so this would be my 7th year. I share that with you because that's part of me being a parent and being active in our schools in other ways. I work in nonprofits. I used to work with teenagers for many, many years in the Bay Area doing health education and know how important it is to have community partners work with our schools. I love talking about health education. That was a lot of my work before. And since the time I've been in the Sacramento area, I've always worked in community and families, whether it's at First Fives or early childhood education and working with families. I also worked at a foundation, really putting money out into the community for mental health. And so that's really important to me as well.
A couple of things that I'm particularly proud of in this school district. One is that what we have done over the last year and 2 years related to student voice. That as a person who 5 days after I graduated from college, I went into the Peace Corps. Hired me without ever seeing me to teach high school social studies. Now that's a leap of faith. And the students that they gave me at that time were called the basic students. That means they had to fail a class in order to get into my class and so forth. And so this started a trajectory over the years of working in, frankly, the toughest schools in America, working on Native American reservations in Montana, in the hollows of Appalachia, in the inner cities of New York and Indianapolis and Gary and places like that. And that's the thing. Because indeed, the kids that I wanted to work with the most were the ones that were struggling the most. What we were doing was extraordinarily important to the lives of these kids. And so, as we come to San Juan, when we talk about student voice, one of the things that I appreciate is that more and more we're finding ways to provide leadership opportunities for you. One of the numbers over this last year that I'm the proudest is that we've expanded our leadership opportunities, not just for the most privileged of the kids, but 158 of those people who are on free and reduced lunch have gone into leadership positions in the last year in this school. That's real student voice when you expand it to all of the corners of the school district. Another thing that I'm really proud of is that this school district not only cares about its kids, it cares about its environment. We have become, over this last year, the most carbon sensitive green school district in California. And our next goal is to be that for the United States. If you look at Bella Vista and look at the carports, if you look at 48% of the energy in all of our schools in San Juan is produced by solar energy. Not only is that good for the carbon footprint, but it saves us millions of dollars. Because one of the things that's really important about school board members is that we have to be careful stewards with yours and your parents' money.
We want to make sure that all kids are able to graduate. That in our schools, we're preparing you as students to either be ready to go to college and stay in college, or if college isn't the right path, that you're getting prepared for a career. And so that when you graduate, you have options because you had such a strong education. I also really believe in social and emotional well-being. So feeling healthy emotionally and making sure that our schools are safe both physically and emotionally. And I also really believe in our teachers. I believe our teachers are our strongest partners, and one of the things that we do really well in San Juan is preparing our teachers and making sure they have continuous training, so keeping that up, but also recognizing that we're a really diverse community. I was just talking with one of your teachers about how diverse San Juan is now and how exciting that is. But let's make sure that our teachers also reflect that we can have a community where teachers of color are coming in. And maybe some of you decide that you want to be a teacher.
Because it opens up millions of dollars of scholarships to you and your parents. And it also, for those people on free and reduced lunch, will pay for their AP exams. All the kids, the kinds of opportunities that frankly my son had.
Teachers are our strongest partners. Teachers are our strongest partners. Teachers are our strongest partners.